Namaskar. Om Shairam. Guruji K.S.K. Welcome to EPS System of Astrology. In this video, I am going to demonstrate the features of EPS StarSoft software developed by KPStarone in association with Dr.G.K.Adith Kasinath, the founder of EPS System of Astrology. This software is an advanced software for accurate predictions in stellar system of astrology. Initially, I will be explaining you about the basic features of the software and the advanced features of the classic version and advanced versions. This EPS StarSoft software has got two versions. One is classic and another one is advanced. Initially, I will explain about the basic features that are available in both classic and advanced version. Then I will be explaining about the advanced features or special features in the classic version and advanced version. The followers of KPStarone software, most of the features in KPStarone that are all available in this EPS StarSoft software. Let me start with the basic features. This is the home page interface. Before that, I will take you to the charts. You can see there's a menu called charts. In this, you can edit any chart or create new chart, open chart, save chart, then set printing options like color print, then print main chart to PDF, and EPS has got EPS tables that can also be printed to PDF, and it has got some other tables like self-significations table that also can be printed in PDF form. Then it has got event list that also can be printed in the PDF. Then it has got some other basic features like taking backup and retrieving from backup charts, all these things which are all normal. Now, I would like to tell some features available in creating a chart or editing a chart. Suppose if I am going to create a chart, just you click this chart button, create new chart, the screen will appear. Now, as you know, you can enter the name and other birth details, chart time, that is birth time, and in city you can see that preference city what you have already stored saved, it will be coming automatically. Or if you want to choose any other cities, either you can select from the database or you can select from more places here. What are the places, I mean, you can find from country, then state, city, that you can select manually. Or if you find some place we are not able to find in the database, or you want to have a specific place, I mean, what you can do is new feature has been added into this software. You can see online web search. If you click online web search, you will get this screen wherein you can search for any place here by way of city name or place name or pin code or zip code, or only in a specific country or all countries, and the spelling match percentage and which country you prefer. A lot of things are there, so you can search. Suppose I want to search place in Salem, a place called Salem. Just I'm not, I mean, specific about the country. Just I uncheck and you click search. What will happen? The places all over the world by name of Salem, they all will come under. Okay, the Salem near, I mean, the places by name of Salem, and also, I mean, similar to that, the all are coming. Similar to that spelling, all are coming in this. So you can, I mean, there are a lot of spaces, a lot of places are there in Salem. Okay, not only in India, there are many places in all over the world we can find by name Salem. So if you want to check only in country in India, now if you click search, you can find there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. I mean, 4 places specifically with the name of Salem in Tamil Nadu, and one more place called Salem in Goa also. So in that you can see the difference in the latitude and longitude, some minor difference because of the specific location. You can choose this, or you can choose and you can accept it. Or if you want to see that exact location in the Google Map also, just show on Google Map. It will take you to the Google Map wherein you can find that latitude longitude, that place, and for yourself, and you can choose that place also. So now it is taking to the Google Map. So in the Google Map we can find that Salem place where it is. So this is the actual the place in Salem. Okay. So now I am closing this screen and going back to the software. Now, once you selected, you can click accept. Then you can select any of the place, any of the, because there will be many places by the name Salem with different states, or within the Salem also there will be. I mean, for example, if I am selecting Chennai, there are many places in and around Chennai, so many things will be coming under this Chennai. So we can select any of these. Suppose include locations around and within. So if you click yes, then search, then what will happen? You can see within Chennai there are a lot of locations, Adayar, then Alvapet, Amjikarai, lot of places. So you specifically want to choose any of these place also, you can choose and you can select. You can just use Alvapet, you select and you click yes, accept. Then it will be included in the database. So that way you can do it. This is an additional advantage of this software. Okay. Now I am closing this. So once you selected this, then you can see there is one GMT offset standard time. It means this is the one additional auto time zone. It means when you select a places wherein that in Western countries they used to follow daylight saving time, summer saving time, something like this. They used to follow according to their standards. So wherein suppose instead of Salem, if you choose New York, for example, New York, if you choose, you can see -5 standard. It means New York time on this November 2020 on this date, -5 GMT. Suppose instead of November, if it was March month, what will happen? -4 DST, daylight saving time, -4 hours. So, I mean that software automatically it will take these GMT calculation, time zone calculations, all this time correction, everything automatically the software will take for all the places. Okay, I mean all over the world. So, this is an additional advantage. So, I mean in this software we have got automatic time zone correction as well as the online search, I mean place finder, we can easily, I mean we can make use of it. Okay. Now let me tell about the other features. Create new sort. Okay, that we saw that. And you can see in view horoscope. In view horoscope charts, we have charts in the sense we can have that South Indian chart or North Indian chart in small window. Rasi chart is there, Navamsha transit for South India. In North chart, we can see Rasi, Navamsha chart and Bhav Chalit. In Hindi and English also there, it only in small windows. But in future, that North Indian chart also will be equal to the South Indian chart. It will be in a bigger size that is going to come. Okay. Now, in the view horoscope, we can see transit chart. If you click transit chart, we can see the transit. You can change the place and time, and you can adjust that minute, all these things, and you can make that real time chart display, and you can swap the transit chart to the natal chart and vice versa. So a lot of additional features we have got in this transit chart. and you can see these planets and curves. It means each planets and their degrees and their sign, star, and sublot, sub-sublot, and as well as that all the 12 cusps, that Rasi and latitude, longitude, that degrees, all everything is been given here, and as well as you can see the KP significators also for the purpose of KP followers, for them to verify that KP significators also they can make use of this one. This is available. After the planets and cusps, you can see KP significators. About this already discussed. And after that, you can see sign, star, and sublots 5 levels. It means all planetary positions like sign lord, star lord, and sublevel up to 5 levels we can see for all the planets in this. Okay, then we have got Vimsoti Dasa Navigator, wherein we can see all the Dasa periods from Dasa Lords, the Bhakti Lord and Antra Lord, including the age, it will be displayed. Suppose you want to select any specific date, that also you can just click and you can check the Dasa Bhakti period. And now, let me explain about the features in utilities. In utilities, you can see first one is adjust birth or chart time. If you click this, you can find this window wherein you can adjust the birth time of the chart either by second or minute or hour as per your convenience, either by 1 minute or 2 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever, plus or minus, step by step also you can do it. Or you can select from the given that minutes as well as that lagna position has been given for each minute's changes or a few minute changes, that Caspal sublot changes has been given. So you can choose accordingly. This one automatically will get reflected in the birth chart. So this will be more useful in the birth time rectification process. Okay, now after this, let's go to the other utilities. In the utilities, you can see ascendant and moon today. So this will be useful for the people who are using following for the muhurat and muhurta, that for wherein you can see the ascendant position, moon position, and as well as sub lord also we can check for moon and that ascendant position for the particular day. So this will be useful for the muhurta selection. And let's go to the next utilities, that is called house rotation. Sorry, today's RPs and sign star sublot changes. This is an important utility wherein you can find that cusps at intervals, all planets at intervals, all planet sublord changes, all planet Rasi, star lord changes, and ruling planets today. All these things you can find in this. This one is not only useful for the present day. Today is 22 November 2020. It has been shot. So this date, for this date, present date, or it can be checked for the any date. For example, I want to see the chart number 1, this one, that 18th March 1981, and start time is, for example, I want to see the cuspal position for this chart from 8:22 8:30 a.m. because I want to see the cuspal position, starlord, sublord changes for each minute. So what you can do, select the cusps at intervals and enter the end time, say for example 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. So 8:20 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Then you can select the time interval, so you can reduce to 1 minute also, and you can click compute. So what will happen? So you can see for each minute from 8:20 to 8:30 minutes, you can see for each minute all lagna from lagna's position to 12th cuspal position. For each cuspal sublord changes, the duration will be shown here, so that for a particular birth time, for example 8:24 a.m. if the birth time is 8:24 a.m., lagna sublord is Jupiter. By the time second cuspal sublord is Venus, but third sublord was Sun up to 8:23. After 8:23, 8:24, moon starts. So we can see that Venus is sublord is duration is for long, whereas sun duration is only for about 3 minutes or 2 minutes. I mean, the 3 minutes difference. But by the time that sublord of that moon change is coming into play, when the Jupiter is the star sublord for the Lagna, second cuspal sublord is the Venus, but the sublord of the third only is changes. Accordingly, for each sublord of other cusps also we can see the difference, so that it will be useful while you are looking at all the cuspal sublord position changes for each minute before doing the birth time rectification, also to have an idea about the changes in each cuspal position, especially at the sub level. With this help of this tool, it will be more useful. Similarly, you can see all planets at intervals and all planet sublord changes also, what sublord at what date, what time it is changing for the particular period. We can easily verify with this one. Okay, this is a good tool for the people who want to work on the sublord changes of the planet cusp, all these things. Okay, now let me take you to the next utility. Is called a house rotation. House rotation is the one which you can select any of the cusp other than the Lagna from the second to 12th house. You can select any of the cusp as set as the ascendant. I mean, accordingly, you can, if you suppose you want to check the fourth cusp as the ascendant. Suppose you want to check for your mother's, for the natives mother's chart from this rotated from the Lagna position of the natal chart. It means that setting up the fourth cusp as the Lagna, if you select it, automatically that fourth cusp falling here in the Cancer sign, it will become Lagna, and accordingly all the planetary, cuspal position will change. Accordingly, planetary signification also will change. The total chart will be changing. So this will be more useful in the horary also, but and also in the natal chart if you want to give the predictions about the blood relatives, or from the natal chart itself. This is an important tool, house rotation. Then next one is the event finder. This event finder, in the sense you want to find the particular cuspal position, or particular planetary position for you want to see this planet in this particular sign, particular star, particular sub. I want to say in what date, what duration this planet is going to be there in the particular position. If you select it, automatically it will show the time duration on so and so period to so and so period it will happen. Similarly, for the Lagna also, you can select any planet. You can select their actual position according to your sign, star and sub, or you can select the start date, and with the duration also you can select. So all these things you can select, and you can find the that exact transit at what date it is going to happen. That will be more useful for the people who are following that, importantly the transit. Next one is Panjang and KP Epimeris. In this, for selected month and year, you can see all the planetary positions for each day, and you can see that retrograde motion of the planets also in red color. And for each day's Panjang details, you can see by right clicking on each specific day, you can see the Panjang details of the particular day. So this will be useful for the people who are using the Panjang. Okay, next one is utilities. You can see that Varsh Pravesh details, that is solar returns. Some KPStarone users are using this for the benefit of those peoples. I mean, this feature has been kept in this, but in EPS we are not following this feature. But still, for the benefit of the users, we have kept this one. Then you can see the horary numbers, sign star, sublord, whether 1 to 249 numbers or 1 to 2193. When you want to see their for the each numbers, Rasi, star lord, sublord, and sublord, the positions, this table will be useful. Then you can see that vital transit points for month. For each month, each planet's sunrise time and set time can be found from this. So this will be useful for the people who are following, for they are referring these for each planet rise time and set time. This will be more useful. Then you can see in the utilities, add edits city data. You want to add any city or edit any city data, you can do it from here. But actually now we have included the addition of city from the online search engine, so that will be more useful. So this may not be of that much useful also. Then you can see that backup retrieval chart, create new charts that have been already given in the chart main table also. This is also given for the benefit of the users. Okay, so this one the utilities we have seen. We have discussed about the features in the utilities. Now we have got the options and settings. In this you can see a language. In language, as of now we have got English, then we have got Hindi, then we have got Tamil, and we have got Bangla, and also Telugu as of now. Okay, the thing is that when you choose that language, that planet's names alone will get changed, not the other details. Okay, as well as the planet font size also can be chosen from say 8 size, 7 size, or 9 size, 10 size, according to the convenient. Because when the language changes, that font size also will vary depending on their letter size. That will vary also, as well as that the users monitor compatibility, their system compatibility also. This font size can be changed according to their convenience. For example, now I am choosing the language Hindi. I am keeping save. Saving it. Now you can see that all the planetary position, all the planets' name have been changed to planets. Hindi language. Okay. So, rest of the other details are going to be the same, but only the planets' names have been changed. If you look at the other tables also, you can see that planet and names have been changed. So this is, you can choose any language for our video purpose. I am changing to English. Okay. Now in this option settings, after the language you can got the preferences. In the preferences you can see which city you want to make it as your default, and your details you can save here. And North Indian chart, names, North Indian names or South Indian names. So these basic details have been given here. You can save and set. And then you can got the options settings. You can got the calculations options. You can got basic details, that which items you are following. Basically for EPS we follow some EPS default settings that normally will get set. And you can use that new geocentric latitude. Everything has been default. It will be given, so you can follow as it is. And save for all charts. So then with this, that option settings are over. Then you can see open charts, wherein you have got all the saved charts will be given here. So in this you can see sequence number also we can display according to the sequence number, or you can display as per the name in the alphabet order, or as per the city, or as per the date of birth. Suppose you can select any of the date of birth, you can type it, then that those detail, the data will come on top. And in case of the horary, you can check just with the number also. The horary number also you can enter, that also will come on top. Then, or normally you can see the latest used charts, which chart we have been using. The latest used chart, based on that it will be displayed. So it will be more useful. Suppose we are working with some chart today, and you are closing the software and you are opening the software again tomorrow. So you need not search for the chart which you used last, today, which you used last or previously, which are the charts you are using. So you need not search, because you would have opened some chart which already saved chart. It may be in between. So you may not identify or might remember the name of the chart. So just if you click this latest used chart, you can find the chart which you have been working previously. That will be listed according to their order which you have working. Okay, that will be more useful tool in this. So open charts. Then you got a Q cards, the basic details about the Rasi properties and planet properties. All this in basic for the study academic purpose it will be given here. These are the basic features of EPS StarSoft software, which are common for both classic version and advanced version. Next, I will be explaining you about the special features of classic version and advanced version, which are exclusively developed for EPS system of astrology. These features, these tools will not be available in any other system, any other software also. Let me explain you about the important features of classic version first, followed by the advanced version. Let's go to the classic version feature. Welcome to the demo video of EPS StarSoft Classic version. Before going to the advanced features of Classic version, let me explain about the common things which are available in both EPS StarSoft Classic and advanced version. The first thing is the natal chart or the birth chart or the horary chart. In that you can see the cuspal position and also the planetary position along with the degrees are shown here. If you keep the cursor over the planet or the cusp, you can see the sign lord, star lord and star lord and sublord and sub-sublord details. Then on right hand side you can see the planets. All the 9 planets positions, their Rasi lord, their star lord, their sublord and sub-sublord details are given here. Then after that you can see the cusps. All 12 cusps and their cuspal lord, cuspal star lord, cuspal sublord and cuspal sub-sublord are given here. Below that you can see the ruling planets. In the ruling planets you can see natal ruling planets and transit ruling planets. At what place and what date and what time that chart is being analyzed or erected, that ruling planets are shown here. Their details also shown here. On the right hand side you can see the about approximately 20 sub periods of the Dasa, Bhukthi, Antara, Shutshma are shown here for easy ready reference. For example, if you go to the Dasa navigator, all durations of all the Dasa period, Bhukthi and Antara with along with their duration, along with their years, they are shown in the tree form. But here if you come to the main page, you can see important Dasa, Bhukthi, Antara, Shutshma periods from period to period are shown here. So you can see at the time of analysis now, 29 10 11 2022 4 12 2020 Moon Dasa, Venus, Bhukthi, Ketu, Antara, Rahu, Shutshma are running. So this will be highlighted so that we can easily understand which is the running period is run. At the time of analysis running, and after that which is running, what is the duration and all we can easily analyze. Then you can see those periods, planets, rulers, Moon, Venus, Ketu, Rahu, their EPS tables are shown one below the other under the birth chart. You can see Moon Dasa, Venus Bhukthi, Ketu Antara, and Rahu Shutshma along with their from period to period. So that at the time of analysis a chart, we can easily understand, we can easily analyze the planets which are ruling that period of time, Dasa, Bhukthi, Antara, Shutshma. So that will be useful for us to analyze the running period to know what exactly the problems and for further analysis. So that is the advantage of the home page wherein we will have the DBAS planets, Dasa, Bhukthi, Antara. You can see here home DBAS, there is one button. If you click here, running Dasa period, that is current DBAS is being displayed here. Suppose you want to choose your own DBAS. You want to choose instead of after Ketu, then Venus is over, then Sun Bhukthi will come, Sun Antara will come, or some other period you want to select your own DBAS. If you choose it and if you process it automatically, that periods, Dasa, Bhukthi, Antara periods, selected Dasa, Bhukthi, Antara, Shutshma periods, EPS tables will be shown on the home page. Okay, now let me tell about the components of the EPS tables. What is EPS table? EPS table means extended planetary significations tables. For example, moon dasa is running. So moon table is shown here. What is moon signifying? You can see moon is the planet. Moon is in the star of a planet Ketu. Then sub of the planet Mars. Mars is in the star of Saturn. So these are the four important levels which are shown under the EPS table. But in EPS system, we do consider the star lord of the star lord also, but those details are not shown in the EPS table, but they will be shown under the house grouping table. I will be explaining when I am talking about the house grouping. So important four levels are shown here. Each level planet, that planet moon, what it signifies in its self significations, that is called, this planet is Cuspal Lord of 4th house, that is moon is Cuspal Lord of 4th house, occupying 5th house. Lord of 4 occupying 5th house. And Cuspal Star Lord for 2nd house. You can see 2nd house Cuspal Star Lord is moon, and Cuspal Sublord for 8th house. Cuspal Sublord for 8th house. In EPS, all these four houses signified by a planet as a Cuspal Lordship, occupying house, star lordship, and Cuspal sublordship, all are considered as the self signification of a planet. Each has got its own important value as per EPS system. Okay, so then that is called the self signification of a planet. Whenever we are talking about a planet, we do consider all these four as the self signification of the planet. Suppose the moon is aspected by conjoined with some planet, or aspected by any planet, or it is aspecting to any other planet, those details also shown under the EPS table. So whenever a planet is shown, you can see their self signification also shown within bracket. Okay, so each planet self signification are shown. Along with that, conjoined planet, aspected by planet, and aspecting planet, those details also shown under the EPS table. Apart from that, each planet, ruler, sign lord, and indirect conjunction and sign link, or sign exchange planet. For example, Saturn is in the sign of Mercury. Mercury is in the sign of Saturn. So whenever Saturn is, we are talking about Saturn, then Mercury's impact also will be there in Saturn, and vice versa. Those impacts are not shown in the EPS table, but in the house grouping tables they will be shown. Another point is that normally whenever we talk about Rahu and Ketu, we do consider the sign lords also. In EPS system, whenever we take sign lords also, their respective Rahu or Ketu which are occupying their sign, they are also being considered under that EPS table. For example, you can see Rahu is occupying the sign of moon, and Ketu is occupying the sign of Saturn. If you look at that moon table, when we are talking about the Ketu, moon is in the sign of Ketu. Ketu is occupying the sign of Saturn. So Saturn significations also shown below the Ketu under star lord. But when you look at the star lord or the sublord Saturn, that Ketu also is shown within bracket their significations. So this is the one in EPS table. When we consider that node planets, we do consider the sign lord also. When we take the sign lord, we do consider the node planets also. So that is an important thing in EPS system. So you may feel that in case of EPS tables, you can see planet and their self significations: Cuspal star lord, Cuspal lordship, occupying house, Cuspal star lordship, and Cuspal sublordship, and their star lord, sublord, star lord of the sublord, and planets in conjunction, aspected by and aspecting. Many planets are coming, and many houses may be signified. How to identify each planet, whether moon is supportive for the event, or what is the prospects of that event that moon is going to give, how to analyze that. Though it is shown all houses, it is the table for a comprehensive display of all the houses signified by the planet. So we will not miss any sort of significators in this, but method of analysis will be easier if you go through that ebook which is released recently by the name that Secrets of EPS System of Astrology, you will understand the method of analysis, each planet self signification and each planet star lord, sub lord, and star lord of the sub lord, and level to level study we can easily learn from that. And or you can also learn EPS System of Astrology directly from me through online courses, which will be more useful in learning the EP system of astrology and its secrets, and also it will be more useful in the effective usage of this software. Okay, now let me tell you about the other thing is called, you can see that event general prosperity. As soon as you select or you create a chart, then by default that event will be general prosperity. What is the meaning of this event? This software is basically event based software. It means more than 80 events are default saved in this software, which are all important life events. So which event you like to study the chart, that event you can choose accordingly. Those events favorable houses and unfavorable houses will be shown in different shades. I will explain you about that. Now we look at general prosperity. How to change that event? Can look at EPS event menu. If you click here, it will take you to the next page, that is EPS tables page. All 9 planets, EPS tables, one below the other, with in the order of our Vimshotit Dasa, Ketu, Venus, Sun, one below the other up to Mercury will be shown here. On the top, you can see event selector. In the event selector, default general prosperity is given. If you click the drop down, you can see all planets in the alphabet order. All the events have been shown here. So, for example, if you check marriage M, if you click M, all the events under the M will be coming. So you can click marriage first natal or first horary or second natal horary, or whatever the way you want to do, whether natal chart or horary chart, whichever you want to select, you can select. Once the event is selected, you can see that all the 12 houses are grouped under ABC or D1, D2, D3. That is the beauty of EPS system, that we are not just considering one or two, three or four houses alone, but we do take all 12 houses, either favorable or unfavorable, under which category each houses for the particular event will be coming, it will be displayed one below the other. So for example, A, B, C are favorable houses, D1, D2, D3 are unfavorable houses. For example, for the event of marriage, 7 is prime house, 2, 5, 11 are secondary, and 1, 3, 9 are supportive. And unfavorable side, D1 is 4, D2 is 8, 10 and 12, and worst D3 is 6th house. So once these houses are automatically will be grouped according to the event we select by the software, and those houses coming under the unfavorable will be shown in the red color in the EPS table, and those houses under A grade will be shown with the green color, and B grade will be blue color, and C grade houses will be shown in the pink color. So that when you look at that EPS table, we can see each planet self signification. It has got favorable houses or unfavorable houses for the event. It will be easier for differentiating the favorable and unfavorable houses. I was telling that there are more than 70, 80 events are already saved, which you can select from according to your requirement. Out of that, there is an important semi-automated feature inbuilt is present. What is that? That for the event related to profession, suppose job related, that is job, business, or job in abroad, job transfer, or job promotion. So that job related events, whenever you are choosing, as we normally know that 5th house and 9th house are coming under unfavorable D3 house normally. But Sometimes we cannot take that unfavorable houses like for fifth house, ninth house are all completely detrimental, because for some chart that native may be doing some sort of profession related to the fifth house and ninth house, or we can say that those fifth house and ninth house significations, unfavorable signification strength can be minimized, or that two houses can be supportive houses for the event also. So I mean, it means that the software itself will take whether the fifth house and ninth house based on certain parameters, whether that fifth house and ninth house are completely detrimental, or that is coming under D3, or it can be, I mean, not completely detrimental, it's only average unfavorable, that is D2, or less unfavorable, that is D1, or sometime fifth house, ninth house can be coming under C grade also. So based on certain parameters, that software itself will take those fifth house and ninth house whether coming under favorable C grade or unfavorable D1, D2 or D3. This is an important thing which will be more useful. How to select that? Suppose if just you select, go to the event, job, you can see job advanced is there, job common is there. If you click job common, you can see fifth house and ninth house will default will come under the D3. Similarly, for business also, if you take, there will be common. So business common will be getting that fifth house and ninth house D3. But instead of common, if you choose job advance, if you click that, you can see ninth house is not there in under D3. You can see the ninth house is coming under D2. It means for this chart, ninth house is not completely detrimental. It is only like a moderately unfavorable houses. So that way, this software will be more useful according to that type of profession, or according to the supports these unfavorable houses, whether they can be favorable or unfavorable, completely detrimental or moderately unfavorable, that will be automatically that will be selected. So that way, I mean, it is advisable to select that job advance or job related or profession related events with the suffix advance. Then what is the use of purpose of giving this comment? For the people who want to check the difference, or for their study purpose, they can use this. So only for that it has been given. Okay, so I think you are able to understand this the tools in the what do you call in our event. Suppose you may be asking that there are more than 70 80 events are there. Still, if you want to create your own event, or if you want to edit the existing events details, that also you can do it. How it has to be done, I will explain you. Go to the tools and setting, you can see events and settings. You click that, you can see all 12 houses with ABC, D1, D2 with the respective states have been given. On top you can see the event and the respective houses under ABC and D1, D2, D3. You can see here add event, edit event and hide settings. That hide setting means we are going to close it. What add event? If you want to create an event, you click this, and you can an event name, you can type something, and you can, what you can do, you can make a grade, sorry, first house you want to give A grade or B grade or C grade or D1 or D2, D3, all 12 houses, which grade you want to allot for a particular event which you are creating. You have to do that. All 12 houses to be allotted under any of these ABC or D1, D2, D3. So that way, if you can do it, and you can save it or you can discard it. Once you save it, then you come out of that window, and if you choose that event again, you can see that ABC will be D1, D2 accordingly. That houses color will be changing. You can do it for your testing, or you can edit it later also, or you can discard also. That will be more useful for your experiment, and also for your own, according to your own interest. You can create your own event, or you want to edit particular event which is already stored also, you can do it. I think you are able to understand. So I'm going to hide the settings now. Just I'm going to select that same event, marriage first natal, and I'm going to explain you about the remaining features. I think you are able to understand the that events tables and selection. Under this event settings also, you can see that there is one R for natal planet conjunction to cusp. It means a planet is very close to another cusp within 3 degree R we consider. Okay, that we have for to you want to make it for the 3 degree or 350 or 320 or 4 degrees according to your thing. You can fix it. I think I have explained about these tools and settings, and you can see here guidelines and event tips. What is that? For example, what I mean, you have got if what are the event you are choosing here. Accordingly, the importance guideline tips will be shown in a pop-up window in the PDF forms that will be useful for the user to get and submit guidelines. Okay. Then this is about the EPS table, EPS page, and back home. Then I think I have discussed about that important. I mean, the tools. Then two things are pending. What is that? That's Destiny Select Planets. For example, which event we have chosen. You want to see the destiny prospects of the particular event. So just to click here, you can see default destiny planets are sublots of the primary cusp. For example, the event is marriage. For that, seventh house is the primary house. The seventh cuspal sublot is Saturn. So if you choose this and process, the seventh cuspal sublot's EPS table alone will be shown here. So we can check the destiny prospects by clicking the destiny select planets, or you want to select that some 2 3 planets or 4 planets, selective planets, you want to show their EPS table on the home page for your comparative study. For example, you want to select moon, Rahu and Mercury, only these planets one below the other. You can choose the order also. You process it, those planets alone will be shown one below the other, so you can easily do the comparative study. It is always recommended to analyze EPS table along with the birth chart. That will be more useful for verification with the birth chart and also with the EPS table. So this way you can select planets, or if you want to go back to your current DBAs, just to click this DBAs. So that way, whether you can go for DBAs, running DBAs, or select DBAs, or destiny planet, or select planets, EPS tables on the home page. Then another one is that you can see ESI page. What is ESI page? It is even significators table. This is actually older our module. In that we can see that all the planets ESI tables, even significators are tables, even significators grade tables are shown here, all 9 planets in a single page, wherein all the cuspal lordship occupying house under name OCCL, cuspal star lord and sublord under the title called STSB, and conjunction aspecting to, all are shown with the only with the grades. So it has got its own calculations and own method of analysis, but this was used from 2016 onwards. Then nowadays this grade system is not properly followed, but instead of that we have developed the advanced that tool called the house grouping table, wherein we'll take all houses instead of grades. So but still the people who are using the software from the beginning, so they will be looking for this for their purpose. Actually it has been given here. So let me go to the home page. So with this I have explained about the important features of the that home page and event, EPS event and ESI table and destiny selection and the sort navigator. That one thing is pending. The important tool is that house grouping. Let me explain you about the house grouping table now. House grouping table is nothing but the detailed EPS table. For example, in the EPS table, as I was telling, that the favorable houses and unfavorable houses of each planet are shown with the different colors. But in house grouping table, those favorable houses and unfavorable houses will be shown in different table or different row for easy understanding and analyzing favorable separately and unfavorable separately. Apart from that, the other components like sign exchange, sign link, and ruler link, and other planets in the supports, their significations also shown under favorable and unfavorable separately. So this will be more useful in a comprehensive study. Of all the planets significations, favorable separately, unfavorable separately, and their support through sign star, sign link and ruler link, and support, all these things will explained in a proper way in the house grouping table. Let me take you to the house grouping table now. If you click this house grouping table, you can see this house grouping table will be appearing. This is for Ketu, this is for Venus, this is for Sun. You can see for each planet, for Ketu, favorable given one row and below that unfavorable given. It means Ketu planets, cuspal lordship, occupying house, cuspal star lordship and cuspal sublordship, they are called self-signification, as I was explaining in the EPS table. That planet Ketu's unfavorable 10th house for the particular event, marriage, is given in the below row. Similarly, you can see sign. There is a sign column sign. I will explain about this. That sign column, same CLOCC, cuspal star lord and sublord. What is this sign? Ketu represents Saturn, that sign lord. That sign lord favorable houses shown on top. Below that unfavorable houses are shown. Then you can see there is another tool called component called ruler link. Those details and all, it's very difficult to explain in the demo video, but those things and all you can learn from the EPS book and also through the online courses. So the ruler link, they are all going to be supportive. Their ruler link supports also we can show in this table. Ketu, then star lord moon, then moon represents Rahu, then 2A level planet. What is that? Star lord of the star lord also is shown here, and sublord shown here, and star lord of the sublord, their signification are shown here. So now all level planets, that is 5 levels planet, star lord, 2A level, sublord and star lord of the sublords, their self significations, favorable, unfavorable in a different row, and their sign link columns are sign exchange planet signification shown here, and if any ruler link planets are present, they are also shown here. That sign exchange or sign link planets name also shown here, and ruler link planets name also shown here. Name is here and their significations are here. This is called module 1. Suppose you want to see the favorable and unfavorable houses in the two different tables, you can choose the style module 2, wherein these favorable houses alone shown one table and unfavorable for the same planets and their rulers are shown in a different table. This will all be more useful, wherein we can easily understand the self strength of each planet, their support from sign and the support from the ruler link. Their second planet star lord of the star lord, sublord and star lord of the sublord also will be showing. We can easily understand the favorable strength and grouping also here. Similarly for the unfavorable. So this will be more useful in studying the each planet self significations and unfavorable houses significations also. One more thing you want to see, that you can see show support columns. Here self planet, their sign link or sign exchange and their ruler link are shown here directly. Suppose the planet which are there in the conjunction, which are there in the aspect, or which are there in the indirect supports, all those planets consolidated CLOCC star lordship sublordship houses also can be shown by clicking show support columns. You can see all rest of the planet which are there in the support to Ketu are shown here, then moon are shown here. Similarly all planets, their supports columns favorable and unfavorable are shown here. They will be supportive to these planets secondarily. It means that we have to give importance to the self significations first, then the sign planets, then the ruler link supports. The other planets in the other column, that is support column, will be only a supportive tool, not as the primary one. So that is the reason whenever we want to check those planets in the supports, we can check. Otherwise, we can check only with this one. This is the beauty of the house grouping table. So you can see, let me explain about these the tools, other tools. Vimsotri Dasa order. It means as per the Vimsotri Dasa order from Ketu to Mercury, all 9 planets that house grouping tables are shown one below the other. Suppose you want to check the running Dasa Bugdi Antara Sukshma planets Dasa, that house grouping tables are to be shown on top. Just click this running moon Dasa running and Venus Bugdi Ketu Antara Ragu Sukshma. Their planet, their respective house grouping tables alone shown one below the other. After that Sukshma period is over, the remaining planets are shown as per the Vimsotri Dasa order. Or you want to select certain planets only, you want to have a comparative study, you can click destiny or select planets, for which what we have to do, we have to go to the home page, choose the destiny planet, or you choose the select planet, some planets you want to verify or you want to compare. Those planets you check and come to this page and click this destiny and select. Those planets house grouping tables alone will be shown on the top, so that it will be easier for the comparative study. Suppose you want to check Mercury and Ketu, I mean two planets, Mercury, Ketu are two different extremes, Ketu on top and Mercury at the bottom. So how to study these two tables, two planets? So you can go to that home page and select Mercury and Ketu and come here and you click this button and you can see Mercury and Ketu one below the other will be shown. So that also will be more useful. So that way each planet's house grouping tables are shown here. You can see each planet's self-signification, their star signification, their support, their 2A level planets, sublord, their groupings, I mean each level's grouping and level to level studying and level to level house grouping chain, everything we can study with the house grouping table. Same way for the unfavorable also. The method of analysis, as I was telling, that we can learn from the EPS ebook how it has to be studied, and also as I said you can learn directly from me and through the online courses, so that will be more useful, and for not only to learn the system in a proper way but also for the effective usage of this software. So then I want to tell about an important thing, that you can see that under the planet column you can see each planets, that moon, that star lord Ketu, that sign lord Saturn, each planet has got that some respective some background shade. For example, moon has got dark that grayish blue, and this is dark pink, and Mars has got light green, whereas you can see Venus has got dark green. What they indicate, they are, I mean, it is these shades are not given just for the fancy or any color to differentiate between the planets, but they have got their own value. So if you understand, you will understand that usage of this that shade for each planet. With the help of that, you can at least judge the strength of that planet, whether it is favorable or unfavorable or mixed. I will tell you that the shades are called key planet shades. This is the key planet shade, or key planets are very important phenomenon in EPS system. So you can see how I will explain you that about the key planets. That key planets are important thing in finding the significance for the particular event, and also finding the strength of each planet, whether favorable or unfavorable, and the prospects of the particular event for the given by the particular event, we given by the particular planet, we can understand by with the help of the key planets, and based on that we can get that importance of that key planet shades. I will explain you about that now. You can see here key planets. Click these key planets. You can see all 9 planets are shown one below the other in the order of Vimsotridasa. Each planet's self-significations, favorable and unfavorable, are shown one below the other. After that, you can see their sign. Then you can see sign exchange and sign link. Let me tell you about what is the self-significance strength and sign column supports, and what are the shades they are indicating. You know that each planet's strength is based on the primary houses and secondary houses and supportive and also unfavorable houses. Based on their self-strength, grouping of houses from CL, OCC, cuspal star lord and sublord, role of cuspal sublord, role of primary house, role of 2 and 11 houses in case of favorable, and role of unfavorable house and 8 and 12 houses, and role of cuspal sublord in case of unfavorable. Based on that, we can say favorable on the higher side and unfavorable on the higher side. So that way each planet's strength can be ascertained. Now, for those planets self-strength, that sign columns houses will be acting as a supportive tool. What are sign columns? The sign columns are the second planet Saturn's significations are shown here. Here you can see moon represents Rahu. That Rahu significations are shown under sign column. Here you can see Saturn represents Ketu. Ketu significations are shown under sign column. But you can see that for Ketu, Saturn significations shown here, but without any sort of background shade. But whereas Moon has got favorable with a green background and unfavorable with a red background. What is the difference? It means that the second planet Saturn is not having sign link with the Ketu. It means the second planet Ketu sign lord is Saturn, but apart from being the sign lord for Ketu, if the Saturn is also connected to Ketu by way of conjunction or aspect, it means Ketu will get the impact of the Saturn more strongly. Whereas you can see, but if it is not having any connection, that impact will be comparatively lesser. So to differentiate that, the planet which are having that sign link, they are shown with the background shade. It indicates that impact will be high. If the planet with the sign second planet is not with the sign link, they will be shown without background shade. You can see if it is a sign link is present, that name will be shown here. Moon having sign link with Rahu, Rahu is shown here. But Saturn is not having sign link with Ketu, the Saturn is not shown here. That is the reason here Moon, that sign, that second planet Rahu get the background shade, and here it is not shown background shade. That is the difference. You can see under the sign column that the houses, some houses are within shown within bracket. What they indicate, the houses within bracket are shown under sign column, favorable and unfavorable. They are the houses signified by the sign exchange planet. It means Saturn is exchange with Mercury. You can see, we can check the natal chart also here, that you can see that Saturn is posted in the sign of Mercury, Mercury is in the sign of Saturn. So Saturn is having sign exchange with Mercury. That Mercury's favorable significations are shown within bracket under favorable, and Mercury's unfavorable houses are shown under within bracket under unfavorable. They are equal to the sign link signification. Their impact will be also more. So for to indicate that houses supported by the sign link and sign exchange, these sign columns are supportive. So now based on this, based on the that strength, each planet strength, you can see there are some score, self score, and you can see that Ketu has got favorable 861, unfavorable 633. You need not bother about that quality names. They are all coming under the advanced version. So now just you focus only on the score just for your academic purpose. Look at this 861 how score has been given for the favorable, and unfavorable 633. So favorable on the higher side and then the unfavorable. Based on certain calculation, these scores have been given. The difference is 228. So based on the result score, or based on the favorable unfavorable, if you click the KP shades, favorable range and unfavorable range, within which range that favorable and unfavorable score are coming, the respective shade is given to the key planet. It means the key planet has got I mean that planet has got background shade, some key planet shade dark green. In the sense that planet is the strongest and favorable planet. It is the key planet for the favorable. It is a favorable key planet. The planet which are having the unfavorable grouping on the higher side and favorable will be lesser, they will be unfavorable key planet. Here, dark green indicates favorable on the higher side. You can see only 2, 7, 11, 5th cuspal sublot. No unfavorable. So, this has got dark green. This Ketu, this got dark pink. You can see Saturn, dark pink. Then Mercury, light pink. These shades or these planets are having both favorable and unfavorable. It is a mixed planet. So, it means that they have got both favorable also, unfavorable also. We have to be careful in identifying their strength. Then whereas you can see that sun has got a light red color, it means it has got favorable but unfavorable signification is little bit on the higher side. You can see 5 and 11 but unfavorable 12, 6 and 10 grouping is present. So unfavorable with a good grouping is present. So but it is not detrimental. So it has got a light red color. That moon has got grayish blue. It means medium favorable and medium unfavorable both are present, not very high signification but moderate favorable also unfavorable, wherein self and sign are considered together. You can see Mars light green means favorable is present, unfavorable obstacles are also present, and Rahu also the same way. Then Jupiter, you can see light red color, favorable grouping is present, not very strong, but unfavorable also present, but it is also not very strong because it is not having star lordship or sub lordship supports. So that way, each planet, according to their self grouping strength from left to right, when we study their favorable strength, unfavorable strength, which based on that, which is higher, whether favorable higher or unfavorable higher or moderate, or they are both are present accordingly. The shades are being given with the help of the shade, so that that user in the house grouping table, when they are studying, they can easily understand the each planet's strength by looking at the shade alone. Though studying each planet's level wise favorable strength, then support, then star lord, sublord, all these level to level study is going to be more useful. But while studying that, the shades will give a clue whether star lord is a good planet or not good planet, favorable key planet or unfavorable key planet, or it is a mixed planet. So that will be more useful. For example, the purpose of key planets mean in finding the significator for that event, we based on the key planets, we can identify. These key planets are, as I said, favorable key planets, unfavorable key planets, or mixed key planets. But who are the significator of the particular event? The planet which are having these favorable key planets in the star lord and sublord, those planets are basically a good significator for the event. For suppose the planet which are having the unfavorable key planets in the star lord and sublord, those planets are, they are not at all supportive or they are unfavorable for the particular event. So finding the significator based on the key planets will be more useful. So let me explain you about with an example. For example, for this event of marriage, for this chart, this native got married in the Sun Mahadasa. So in Sun Mahadasa, which are the planets are supportive for the event for to get married? For example, look at that event. Venus is a green color planet with the 2, 7, 11, 5th cuspal sublord. It's a very good, strong, favorable key planet. Does not mean that being the strong key planet does not mean that that can give the that result, or it can support for the event. That can support for the event provided its star lord and sublord are supportive. So look at that Venus star lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is light pale red color. It means that star lord is not favorable or not unfavorable. It is got light unfavorable. It is not very strong because star lord is more important. Then the 2A level planets, 2A level planet support will be giving some support to the star level. That is also blue color only. But look at that sublord, again that light red color. So Venus planet, star lord Jupiter and sublord Sun, these two are not very strong. So though Venus is a strong planet, star lord sublord are not very strong. So it means Venus is not very strong in giving the event of marriage. Suppose if you go to I mean, scroll down and look at that some planets I will explain you, though it is only demo video on the software, but I would like to try to explain the method of analysis or a method of that usage of this house grouping table effectively, which will be more useful in analyzing a planet strength when compared to the other system. You can see Jupiter planet, which I was telling for Venus. Venus planet, Jupiter is the star lord, which is not good, I was telling. But whereas if you take Jupiter, the Jupiter planet is not very strong, but you look at the star lord is a blue color, it means it has got favorable and unfavorable and moderate level. Okay, look at that. I mean, 2A level planet is light pink, means it is a mixed favorable and unfavorable. It is not detrimental. Okay, then look at that sublord is green color Rahu. So Starlord is okay, Sublord is good. So Jupiter, Starlord, Sublord are good. So that way Jupiter, though Jupiter is not much strong, but Starlord is good and Sublord is also good, and that Starlord or the Sublord is also mixed planet. So that important level should be star level and sub level. If you look at the house grouping, it is 9 and 9. Second level planets 5 and 2, supported by 3, 7 and third cuspal sublord, and further supported by the ruling planet 11, 3, 7 and 1, 3, 7. Look at that house grouping. So, I mean, second level planet is very good house grouping, and 2A level is further supporting 1, 5, 9, 11, and their sign columns 11, 1, 7. Look at that house grouping chain. That first level planet is 9 only, but second level is 5, 2, 5, 9, 11, and the 7 cuspal sublord, and 11 is present, 2, 7 and 11 are present, and along with that 7th cuspal sublord in the ruler link, with, I mean, good outgrouping chain is, I mean, formed by the Jupiter. Further supported by the sublord 373 and fourth level planet, I mean 11 and 7 cuspal sublord, and further supported by the sign column. So that way Jupiter's level to level and favorable is good, and unfavorable side is unfavorable. First level has got 12 and 6 but no house grouping, but second level planets 4 and 8 only there, and 2A level is not very much supportive but supportive only in the sign columns, but the sublord is not at all unfavorable. Star lord of the sublord only is having unfavorable grouping. Even then, second level planet no sixth house, no 8 and 12 are combining, and sub level also no 6 and 8 and 12 are present. So unfavorable groupings are present on the unfavorable side, but not very strong in the second level and third level, but whereas that favorable grouping very well present in the favorable side with the house grouping of 2, 7, 11 and 5 fifth house. So Jupiter is stronger. Similarly, look at that Saturn also. Saturn also first level is okay, mixed one, because unfavorable also good, and a favorable grouping with 7th cuspal sublord is present, and 11th house is also present. Star level sublord like Jupiter, second level star lord is Moon, sublord is also Rahu, their grouping also very good. So that way Jupiter and Saturn are comparatively better than the Venus planet. Suppose if you take you, I mean, if I take you to the, KP significators for the event for the marriage 2, 7, 11, you can see that Venus planet, you can see 6, 11, 9, 12, 2, 7 houses as per the fourfold significators A, B, C, D. That Venus is a good significator for 2, 7 and 11, of course along with the 6, 9 and 12 also. But look at the Jupiter. Jupiter is 5, 6, 4, 12 and 9. It is not either 2 or 7 or 11. And Saturn is also 5, 6, 4, 10 and 11, but it's not having 2 or 7. So we cannot take this Jupiter and Saturn, especially Jupiter, as the significator for the event for the marriage. But actually that native got married under Sun Mahadasa, Jupiter Bukti and Saturn Antra only. But these two planets, we will not be taking for the event of marriage as we just you follow the KP significators. But we will take definitely Venus. But as far as EPS table is concerned, you saw that Venus star level, sub level planets are not good key planets, whereas Jupiter's and Saturn's key planets are very good. So that way Jupiter and Saturn are better than Venus, that we cannot we cannot identify these Jupiter and Saturn as the significator in the KP significator itself. It means that ABCD signification finding it's incomplete. We have to go in depth and we have to find all the planet significations. That is what we do under our house grouping table. We have all planets self signification. They suppose everything in a comprehensive study. It will be more useful. It means that whatever the planets are having their signification in any other system, that we can easily identify in our EPS house grouping table. But whatever the house grouping tables are showing that signification, you cannot find those signification in other systems, because normally CL and OCC only are considered for each planet. Though they take planet, star or sublord, star lord or the sublord, they are considering only CL and OCC. They are not considering the star lordship and sublordship. Of course, in interlink, they take cuspal sublordship signification, but they do not take the CL, OCC, cuspal star lordship. So the complete signification of each planet are considered here. Apart from that, importantly, sign link, sign exchange, and ruler link. All these things are the special features, additional tools in house grouping tables of EPS system, so that each planet's favorable strength and unfavorable strength, without missing any signification, we can easily identify that. For that reason, that key planet shades will be playing major role. It will be more useful and in identifying the each planet's strength. I think you are able to understand this. In this table, you can see this page, the PILT, there is one button called PILT and final quality score and graph. These three are hidden. They are coming under, they will be shown under the analyzer, in the advanced version, EPS StarSoft advanced version. This is classic version demo. When I'm going to explain about the advanced versions, that features, I will be explaining about this PILT. The PILT is an important, very important tool, wherein like what we are talking about, the key planets, whether these the important key planets, it is playing in the star lord for some planet, sublord for some planets, or it is posted in conjunction or aspect for some planets. Those things we can easily identify with the help of the PILT table. It means the planets, important key planets are as a ruler for which are the planets, or those planets or which are in the supports, we can easily find with the PILT. PILT means planetary interlink theory, not only in identifying the planets, their key planet connection, but also for the Dasa Bugdi Antara key planet strength also, the connection also we can identify with the PILT. So those things and all I will be explaining in the EPS StarSoft advanced versions demo video. I think you are able to understand this and understand the importance of the house grouping table. How come we are able to identify each planet strength? Sometime I would have seen that you would have experienced many times that some planet you would have thought that planet will give the event, but that planet will not give that event. Sometime you would have not thought that a planet can support for that event. That planet would have given the event, but you will not be able to identify how, because you will be looking only the CL and OCC, their star lord support and sublord support, their other support through sign exchange, sign link, ruler link, they will not be considering at all. So though they are all missing those things, so that is the reason we will not be able to identify. But with the EPS table, EPS system, with this software, we can easily identify each planet houses without missing any house. We can identify, but proper analysis is required. That is also very easier, as I said, by going through that ebook, and also learning the EPS system through online courses will be more useful, not only to learn the system but also effectively use the software. I think I have explained you about the important features of EPS StarSoft Classic version, and in next video I will be explaining you about the EPS StarSoft advanced versions features. Okay, we will meet you in the next video. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, you can share it and subscribe it. If you like to learn EPS system through online courses and direct courses, And also for EPS system software, you can contact me on the given number and email ID. Thank you for watching. Om Shanti.